Say something.
Thank you so much, Uthra. As always, there was so much of memories came to me from this morning, so many Arangetram. I was telling everyone, you're my teacher as well, because you taught me so much. But beyond that, your humbleness is something that I always look up to, whether you're on the stage or whether you're with the audiences or when you're teaching the students. I really learn a lot to you. Thank you so much. And today, Vaibhavi will be coordinating the session. I will hand over to Vaibhavi.
Thanks, Radhika. Thanks for inviting me.
Namaskaram, Auntie. Thank you so much for joining us today. And for everyone else who's joining us, both on the Zoom call as well as the live stream, welcome to tonight's session by Srimati Uthra Vijay Raghavan. Before we get started, I just thought I'd do a bit of housekeeping. Could I get everyone in the call to please turn on your videos so we can all see you and mute yourself? And if you have any questions throughout the session, feel free to message me directly or in the general chat, that's fine as well. Now, although Uthranti needs no introduction, she's very familiar to all of us here in Melbourne, I'd just like to say a few words to introduce her to everyone else that's tuning in. Srimati Uthra Vijay Raghavan commenced her musical journey at the age of 5, coming from a musical family and learning from several distinguished artists before consolidating her training under Sri S.P. Ram, Shishya of Sri Lalgudi G. Jayaraman. Uthranti is the artistic director of Kirtana Music School, which she founded in 2003. She is an accomplished Carnatic music vocalist, winning several awards and performing in a range of venues in Australia and abroad. She has provided vocal support for many, many dance performances and arangetrams, several for Bhartakalanjali here in Melbourne, including my own. And Uthranti is also a co-director of Sangeetham, a not-for-profit which engages artists and audiences in South Asian performing arts in Melbourne. She is adored by her students and audiences alike, and I'm sure those who have collaborated with Auntie before will agree with me when I say she is just a very lovely person to be around and work with. Tonight's session is going to be a little bit different. So we've learned quite a lot over the last few days from the legends of Bharatanatyam, and you all would have noticed that every artist mentioned the importance of musical knowledge when it comes to Natyam. And tonight, Uthranti will be sharing with us the vocalists and the musicians' perspective in the world of dance. The session will begin with Auntie's thoughts and experiences on the topic of effective collaboration between dancers and musicians. Then we'll move on to an interactive activity. So that's the part we want you to have your videos on and feel comfortable to either raise your hand and we'll get you to speak, or you can just unmute and start talking, or there's always the chat where you can talk as well. And we'll wrap up with a Q&A at the end. So Auntie, I'll let you know when we're approaching the end of our session tonight. It'll be just before 8 p.m. And without further ado, over to you, Uthranti.
Thanks, Vaibhavi. Thanks for the introduction. Thanks, Radhika. Thank you so much. I'll just start with Saraswati Vandanam, because from today, the last 3 days of Navratri is meant for Goddess Saraswati. Ya kundendu तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निषेविता Namaskaram to all. My humble pranams to all my gurus. Salutation to Goddess Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati on this auspicious Navaratri festival. Also, my sincere prayers on this occasion to the Almighty to bless the entire world with peace. I'm here tonight to share some snippets of my experiences as a vocalist accompanying for a dance performance. Thanks to Srimati Radhika and students of Vartakalanjali for this opportunity. I've touched upon only a very small portion of information due to the time constraint. Hope you enjoy this and you have some information to take back with you. My topic for today is focus on vocal during Natyam recital and key tips. Let me start from the key tips for the Natya students, the students who are learning Bharatanatyam. The three important aspects of a dancer: Thala Jnanam, lyrical Jnanam, and appreciation of the raga, the beauty of the melody. And we all know that music and dance are interconnected and both complement each other in any dance performance. In fact, I've heard some of the legendary dancers speaking about, Bharata Muni has written about the importance of music in the Natya Shastra in few chapters. So it is certainly a very great strength for a dancer to understand how the music works and what is the thala, how the thala works, what's the meaning, how the lyrics works in the dancing, and the flavor of the raga, so that you can enjoy what you're doing. Appreciate, when you appreciate and enjoy something, your performance will be elevated. So it doesn't mean that you need to be a professional singer to be a good performer in a dance performer. The basic thing is you need to develop a sort of appreciation and liking for the vocal music, which will help you in your performance. That's the basic thing. So I'll just talk about the three aspects. Thala. When you learn vocal music, you different thalams, you learn different thalams, different jatis, different nadais. So all these things certainly help you in maintaining your rhythm in dancing, which is very, very important. And the next one is you learn the lyrics when you are learning music. So when you learn the lyrics, you learn the meaning of the song. You can understand the meaning of the song. You learn the meaning of the song. And unknowingly, you develop your language skill also. You learn many languages when you are learning vocal. So that helps you in your performance. When you listen to a Telugu Kriti or Telugu Varnam or Tamil Varnam, if not the whole sentence, at least you can relate to the limited verses, the words, and you can associate with your teacher's guidance. You can associate and understand the entire what is the expression you have to give. So that helps you to bring your abhinaya to lift your abhinaya in your dancing. And the next skill is listening skill that you develop when you learn music, which is a very, very important factor. Listening. So when you listen, you start appreciating the song first. Either it is for the music of that, for the tune of that, or for the beat of that, whatever it is. You start appreciating the music first. And then that slowly takes you to the journey of enjoying the music. So you get involved in the ragam and you start, oh, this is so beautiful. This ragam is so beautiful. So that you start enjoying unknowingly you enjoy the bhava of the ragam also. So when you listen to the music while you are dancing, you can relate that. And your bhavam, your expression, you can bring over in the ragam or from the ragam, from when the ragam is sung or when the alapana is made, anything. So you can tune yourself to your singing. So these three very important aspects of music definitely helps you in your dancing ability, capability. So these are the key factors that I would like to request the students to look forward to when you're listening to a music. Doesn't mean that you need to be a professional singer or something, but start appreciating the music even in the class or even when you're performing for your school concert, whatever it is. Start enjoying the music while you're dancing. So you'll get into that mood. Now I would like to share some of my experiences as a singer for dance performances. When I started singing for a dance very long back, I had so many challenges. Initial difficulties, when the jati is going to over, and when should I start, all those things. So I always look forward to the dance teacher, dance guru, to prompt me to start. That was initially when I started singing for the dance. It took me some time to understand the actual teamwork of the orchestra, the dance orchestra, the singers and the orchestra on the stage. And also to understand the technicalities of the Bharatanatyam. Slowly I started understanding what is that, when I have to start, how a Varnam is structured, how a Tilana is done. So when should I start? So I started learning that. And I would say each and every opportunity that I got to sing for a dance performance increased my rasikatvam. So once you are a good rasika of something, you are able to perform anything. First, you should start enjoying what you are doing. That's a very important thing. So that rasikatvam provided me so many opportunities to literally enjoy the dance singing. And of course, the performer. When the performer is, very involved and they know the music and dance according to the, the bhava, everything is perfect. So that sings so well. You'll be seeing some more information about that after this, in the second session. Then when you say about the vocalist for a dance, it is always a kind of an accompanist, contrary to the Carnatic music solo performance. Because the reason I'm telling this is, in a solo performance, so I'm the singer and I have the freedom to sing the Naraval or the Raga Alapana or Kalpana Swaram without any restrictions, Sthanam, anything. There is no restriction. I can just go, it's a teamwork of me, the mridangam, the percussionist and the violinist, and I can go over and over whatever time I want to sing. But in the dance, I have to certainly follow some restrictions. I don't have that freedom. That's why I said I'm an accompanist in a dance, in a Bharatanatyam performance. Some of the points that I have to be very careful about are, I should not provide unnecessary embellishments to my singing, Neraval especially. There is always a structure which has to be followed when I'm singing. And I need to maintain the speed. This is something, the same Kriti, for example, Devi Niye Tunai, I may sing in a fast pace when I sing it on the Carnatic platform. But when I sing the same thing as a Kirtanam for a dancer, it has to be really slow. So the speed, that matters. You have to maintain that. And I need to understand the importance of the Sahitya and give the punch or the bhavam or the silence, all the talukku melukku, wherever it is necessary. So I have to be very focused on where I can give that and where I should avoid, where I need to really maintain silence, all those things. I have to be very aware of that. Focus on the jatis, score wise, and the natuvangam. So when it stops, I have to start. So all those things. So be completely aware of what is happening around me with the musicians, with the dancer, and I should be prepared for any changes at any time during the performance. And all these things matter to a dancer as well. So the success of a dancer also depends on all these important factors. So it's a mutual, teamwork. Of course, you will have so many rehearsals to go through this process and understand how it has to be done. And so by moving forward with your experiences year by year, you will learn so many things. When I say that rehearsals, when it comes to an expert dancer, stalwarts, rehearsal it doesn't matter to them. I just want to share my beautiful experience with your Paramaguru, Sri Dhananjayan sir and Srimati Shanta Dhananjayan madam, your Radhika Aka's Guru. My experience with him, I really want to share my experience with him. Especially singing compositions like Varugalamu, which is full of emotions and depth. When they were here for your school's performance, I went and meet them, just to see them. But I was prepared to have at least 3-hour rehearsal with them. When I went and saw them, I met them. They were very friendly, speaking to me. Nothing happened. Believe me, nothing happened. No rehearsal, nothing. Just a hello, and I'm going to sing, I'm going to dance. These two, Radhika would have told, that's all. I came back. The next day, I was put on the rehearsal straight away. Such a beautiful experience I had. Both of them are very good singers. And they sang the composition for me with the gesture. See how helpful the music is for dance. I've heard the Natwanas in those days, in olden days, they used to sing and do the Natuvangam as well. They know music also. So these two were singing and showing me what I can do. That's all. It's nothing much. A number of times that is nothing. I just saw them, I sang. That's all. With their lift of their movement, I can pick up what they are going to do and I can start the next time what they want to show. Such a beautiful experience. On the day of the performance, it was blissful moment, mesmerizing, completely mesmerizing, a very satisfying performance. And, it's all good that I got an experience with working with such a legendary artist. Thank God for that. And the same feeling I got when I sang for Srimati Priyadarshini Govind. So happy and thankful to God for giving me to work with such a great artist. Other than Bharatanatyam, I've been collaborating with other forms of music as well, which I'm not going to talk about in this platform. And also I'm singing for Dr. Priya Srinivasan on a new concept called Talking Dance. where I will be singing, the dancer will be performing, but she will also talk about the piece. There is no instruments, it's only vocal and the dancing and sing. So contrary to that, the proper repertoire of Bharatanatyam, here both of us are on the main stage. So both of us are the main artist. Okay, so I have talked about few things for you and also some information about me. Now, before we move on to the other session, I want you to remember how important the lyrics, the ragam, appreciating the ragam is very important to you for a dancer to understand the lyrics and the beauty of the music. So I have created a small verse for all of you just to try today. And Radhika would be doing the Abhinaya. It's a small sloka, small vritam, that's all, nothing much. So the words are Varayo Krishna, Kural Uduvayu, and then Varam Tarayu, Arul Purivayu, that's all, just 4 lines.
So this morning, Akka rang me to ask 4 common words. So I gave this words and I purposely forgotten it just to show you. It's not, I know nothing, yeah. But you know how I've been telling you, just start a minor second after the singer with your bhavam, right? So I thought, okay, if I remember it, I can't show you that. So I'm also trying that now. I may go wrong. If I go wrong, please excuse me. I'll try my best, but trust me, I haven't practiced or I haven't memorized the word. Just going to go with Akka.
She just told me the words. That's all. Krishna, she said. Kural Udarde, she said. So I've just created the words. She doesn't know what I'm going to sing. It's just on the spot. We are just trying out. It's just to make you to understand how it's simple words. Varayo Krishna, Kural Uduvayo. So we'll just try it. Varayo Krishna, Kural Uduvayo, Varam Taruvayo, Varam Taruvayo, Arul Purivayo, Varayo Krishna, Kural Uduvayo, Varam Taruvayo, Arul Purivayo, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Thanks, Radhika.
Thank you, Akka. Thank you so much. I know there are so many senior girls who can do better than me. So I'll just leave the dais to them, yeah.
Auntie, could I just ask, for those who aren't familiar with the language and the words, could you just also tell us the meaning of what you just did?
Yeah. Varayo Krishna. Won't you come to me, Krishna? Kural Uduvayo. Can you play the flute for me? Varam Taruvayo. Want to give me some boons? Arul Puriyayo. Want to bless me? That's all. Thank you. The next session, I think Vaibhavi will be taking you through.
Okay, so just a brief word on what just occurred. I would like, if it's not too much to ask, for the students to watch this video back maybe after the session and try to see if you can come up with some hastas and some bhavam for this line that our auntie just sang for us so beautifully. And then like when we go back to class, we can all we can work on it and see what comes of it. I think that's a good way to sustain the learning experience after the session and not just, forget it after this workshop. Now moving on to the second part of this workshop, I've got a couple of videos to play for you, for everyone here. And I would like for you guys to watch, just based on what Auntie was just saying about the coordination between the musicians, vocalists, and the dancer. And in this case, it's me dancing in the videos. But see if you can notice, we'll do a couple of videos, and the first time around, it's about identifying what happened, or what went wrong, or where are the shortfalls, and what can be made better for the coordination between the two, the vocalist and the dancer. I'll just play the video. You watch and note down or remember what to say, and then after the video, we'll have a little chat about it. So if I share. Is that up? Okay. Okay, a lot of things there. Could I get anyone to put up their hand maybe if they have anything to share? So of course we know this is a slokam on Pullayar, and we know we're describing Pullayar. Most of you, I'm sure you know the words and know what we're trying to show, how to match the Sahityam. So can anyone think of anything that went wrong and just call out? Yes, Shahani?
There wasn't really any coordination, like the dancing was slower than the words.
Dancing was slower than the words, yeah? Anything else? Yes, Patika?
When I think they weren't, I think at the end, they weren't really smiling.
Yeah. Oh, at the very end, yes, I stopped before I finished, before Uthra finished singing. I stopped and I just went, okay, I'm done, I'm just waiting for Auntie to finish. And I wasn't even, listening to the music anymore. Yeah. Anyone else can think of anything else? I'll play it one more time and I'll talk you through it, and we'll see if we can pick up any more things that went wrong. Okay. Auntie's already started. Starting late. Starting too early now. I'm finished. I'm just waiting. Finish the hasta. I'm just waiting. Not really listening. I'm just doing, whatever I want. Not really coordinating. Rushing in some spots to catch up to Auntie, and then starting too early sometimes. Here, Auntie singing Maheshwara Putra, whereas I'm showing Putra and then Maheshwara. The coordination lapses there. Freezing, because running out of things to do. Freezing, just not doing anything. And here, I'm just finished. And I'm not waiting. I'm not allowing for the music to finish. Not appreciating the music here. And so, as a contrast, I'll now play an improved version where I try my best to match the Sangeetham a bit more closely and see if we've rectified those mistakes that we identified. Okay. I'll let you guys decide. Was that a bit better? Was that a bit more in sync, do you reckon?
Yes.
All right. We have a couple more examples just like that. And thank you for, putting up your hand and speaking. And I want to hear more of the girls participating just like that. The second example that I'm about to show, it's from the song Valli Kanavan Pere, where Valli is talking to her friend who's a bird. She's saying, while I'm thinking that I'm writing a beautiful letter to Vadivela Muruga, I'm actually scribbling because my mind's going mad for him. And she, instead of writing a nice letter, she realizes, oh no, I'm scribbling. And we'll play the one where I want you to focus on what is going wrong, where it's not matching, or what I'm doing that I could improve on. Share. Is it sharing?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, Patika again.
At the starting, I think you started like a step before.
I tried to do something and then I stopped and then I had to wait for the song. Yeah. Anyone else? Anything else that you noticed?
You went a bit fast and then you had to stop in between. So
Yeah.
that's synchronous.
Yes, Prakriti, yes. Anyone else?
I couldn't actually see anything. I could just see like it just said by sharing screen. It didn't actually show anything
Oh,
for me. Yeah.
was that the case for everyone else? No? Oh, okay.
I could see it clearly.
Okay. Raksha, do you have a hand up? Okay, so I'll play it one more time and I'll talk through what I thought or what was happening, what was going through my mind when that when that was.
Mita has her hands up.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe.
Mita, yes? What did you notice?
Like it didn't match the meaning.
Match the meaning, yeah.
Like the message wasn't conveyed.
Okay. I will share again. Yeah, so as Mita said, it's not matching the words so closely. I'm just thinking that's the next step, instead of actually listening and doing. Here I make a weird face when I make a mistake. So when she says kiliye, I'm not showing kili, but then when she says the next word, then I'm showing kili. So the words and I think the biggest takeaway from this one was that, if you do make a mistake and it is unclear and you are uncoordinated, it's not for you to just stop and just, oh, I made a mistake. It's really awkward to show that. So you should just, take a second, it's okay if a mistake happens. You just need to take a second and listen again, where in the Sahityam are we and how we can catch on and continue with that. I'll play a bit of an improved version and we'll see if all those rectifications can be made. Okay. And final example, this one, before I go into the next example, I'll just say why we picked these two examples. In the first one, you saw that the hastas and the sahityam didn't match. So that's the words of the song and what I'm showing with my hands had minimal coordination. And in this one, it's not so much the hastas. I'm still showing all the same hastas. It's more about the sangadi, in which line is she singing and which emotion is she showing in the song or in her singing, and how I can match that a bit closer. And now moving on to the last example in Tillana, we'll look at the structure of the Tillana. And we all know that Tillana is a bit more about the structure and a bit more, okay, instead of me saying it, I'll just play it and we'll see how it goes. Anyone notice anything particular? Anandita, yes?
The beat wasn't matching up, like you were going faster than what she was like singing.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? You can just unmute. I can't see everyone at the same time, so I don't know who's putting their hands up.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah, so I noticed that you weren't like touching your leg wasn't touching your bum when you were doing it.
Okay, that's a dancing note. But did you notice anything to do with the coordination between the music and what I was doing?
You were sort of you were a lot more faster, but I couldn't really connect anything because it was like when you were dancing, you were going really fast that it sort of stopped screen sharing. I mean, like it broke up.
Anyone else? Akka, do you have anything to say?
And the steps didn't really match.
Yes. Okay. The steps didn't really match the structure of the song. Radhika Akka, please, do you have anything to add?
No, I don't, but I'll leave it to the senior girls, yeah? Because if I start talking, I'll never stop.
Like at the end, the Tirmanam's meant to be fast, but you went slow and you ended with a pose, which is
Right. So I think if you notice that what Mita was saying is at the end where there's a Tirmanam, I actually just did one adavu. And normally in dance, we do Tirmanam and we do the, a step 3 times or something like that. And also in general for a korve or a jati, we build up the crescendo. We start slow and then we add more and then we double the speed and then we work up to a certain point and then finish off with a Tirmanam. Whereas in this one, I kind of did it backwards. I did all the fast steps at the start and then I slowed down, and then ended with just one side of one adavu instead of doing a Tirmanam. So let's watch the alternative to that. Okay. So in this one, I tried, I've obviously having listened to the song, having listened to Uthra sing it, I noticed, okay, it's a bit slower at the start and there's more, opportunity to do faster moves later on in the lines. And obviously after realizing the Tirmanam and making the calculations, figuring out, the karves and the aksharas in the Tirmanam, I was able to do something a bit more closely matching the Sahityam. So, matching the structure. So the 3 things that I think we should look at, among all the other things, there's so many things that we need to watch out for, one performing for a live orchestra. But the 3 things that I think are very important are 1, matching the Sahityam, 2, matching the Sangadi for those songs which have Sangadis, if there's a plain Sangadi compared to a really accentuated Sangadi. And the 3rd, structure. So Sahityam, Sangadi, and structure, I think are really important to either you learn the song or you ask Radhika or the musician, how is this song going to sound? And you think what will match better in that circumstance. Thank you for participating and answering the questions and being very active in the chat. I'll hand back to you, Auntie, and we'll go on to a Q&A session. I'll start it off by asking a personal opinion question. Do you have a favorite type of song or dance to dance for? Oh, just a sec. Yes, Akka? Yes,
Sorry,
Akka.
before you go further, thank you so much, Akka. It's really innovative and creative, and thank you, Vaibhavi, for your time. You know, I think ultimately what I learned from this is we need to put our ears to the song.
Yes.
And follow the words.
Yes.
Whether it's Tillana or whether it's Bhavam or whether it's Sanchari Bhavam or it's Padatha Bhavam, we still need to go with that ragam, the bhavam of the words, and follow the singer, the vocalist.
Yeah. We had a bit of fun actually when Auntie and I got to record it together. We found it harder to do the mismatching one. When she's watching me and dancing, she can see I'm doing something that's not matching, and we had a bit of fun there like that. Yeah, so we'll get to the quick Q&A part of the session now. Auntie, could you tell us your favorite type of song to sing for in Natyam Margam, or even if it's like a dance drama or something? What kind of songs do you like to sing?
When you ask me the type of song, I like everything. Varnam, Tillana, Kirtanam. I like everything in its own flavor, in its own way. But the one which I can, involve so much and sing is a little slow paced, good, meaningful, with good emotions and bhavam. Those kind of, which has a very good meaning, like Varagalamo. So those kind of slow kritis I like.
Yes.
More than faster kritis, I love slow kritis.
Is that because you can show your expression as well into the music, put in,
Yes.
adding your own?
Even in Carnatic, in singing also, I prefer that slow kritis compared to very fast kritis.
Yeah. Thank you, Auntie. We have one more question from it's Nandini actually. Nandini, do you want to ask the question or shall I?
You can ask it if you want, Vaibhavi.
When you mentioned you compose music for dance, when you do that, what is your approach? How do you come up with an appropriate ragam and talam, or does it start from the song and then from there the dance prevails?
So you mean composing the words and music, or just the music? What you?
Yeah, when you're composing for dance.
Yeah, for dance.
Either the words, yeah, both. Either the words and also ragam, talam, picking all those things. What's your approach when it comes to that?
See, when, for example, I composed a piece on earth for one of the dance school. Okay, Agasham, everything was there. Panjabhutam. So for that, the lyrics was provided, it was created by one of my good friend in Sanskrit. And I put the tune for that. So I just wanted to ask, what mood they are looking at. Yes, Panjabhutam, 5 elements. So I was looking for, I was asking the teacher, dance teacher, what kind of moods they are looking in each, thing. And depending upon this, because that was for not for a Bharatanatyam, that was another art form. So for that, very slow moving ragam, slow ragam will be very apt to that situation. I chose the ragams very slow, Kedaram, I made it very slow. And then, some of the ragams like that I took and I tuned it in such a way to suit that, the mood of the. But it doesn't mean that you have, it is to me, specific ragam for each mood or anything. There are many theories which talks about this ragam can be, it is more suitable for this kind of emotion, all these things. The reason I'm telling you this is I was having a conversation with one of the musical scholar who has done research in ragas. She was from what's that? Kerala. She was from Kerala. She was telling me that any ragam can be sung, in any moods. As long as you bring up the bhavam in that, you can do it in any ragam. So generally, when I ask the dancer, the dance school teacher or whoever it is, who want me to compose the song, I will just get the information, what type of mood, what they are looking at, and then I'll try to create the tuning. And with the song creation, that also, they want me to see. Recently, I created one song on Jagannatha, Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi. That was in a little fast pace. So that was in Nalina Kanti Ragam. So it goes like, I'll just sing the first two lines. Mateni manambu vandenne manadinil erpai mate ni manambu vandenne manadinil erpai mate ni manambu vandenne manadinil erpai. So this is the song I wrote and set the tune in Nalina Kanti. So it depends on the moods.
Depends on what the dancer wants to portray.
What the dancer wants, yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Auntie. We have one more question. How can we as dancers make the stage experience easier for the vocalists and the musicians? Is it just, having rehearsals and things like that, or is there something we can do while on stage to make it a bit easier for the orchestra?
So when you start learning dance itself, probably, in the sense, when you start to learn a kriti, a kirtanam, probably you should ask your teacher how the song goes. So passive listening to the song again and again, that will give you a good feel of, syncing with the song, with the music. So that will really help you when you are performing to enjoy the music and perform. So for the people who learned music and who are in music, that is different. For the people who can appreciate music or who can't appreciate music should try and start appreciating music. So that will be really helpful for all the dancers to, to have a good sync.
Yeah.
On the stage or wherever. And also you can try few things like when you start learning a thing, just doing a same ragam, a vritam or something without any rehearsal or something. I just want to try. Can still do that also.
Yeah. I've just received a question about something you mentioned earlier. You said the term neraval, and we'd like to know what exactly that means. And as a dancer, we might not know what neraval is in Carnatic music. So could you please explain that?
Sanchari. Your sanchari is a neraval.
Yeah.
So repeating the same line in different variations, giving some variations that will enable you to do different, bhavas.
Like a storytelling rather than just matching the
storytelling in your way. Like I will repeat the same Sangati, and the instrumentalist will take over to give you some access to do the storytelling.
Storytelling, yeah.
So that's it. Level is repeating the same thing in different variations.
Yeah. Okay. One more from I'm getting a lot of questions in the chat actually. I've been asked if there is a little bit of an issue that happens on stage, with the musicians or someone, or like one of the instruments or something is off. How do we recover from that and get back to being in sync with the orchestra?
As a dancer, you mean?
But for you as well, how do you deal with that? If something goes wrong on stage, how do you deal with, catching on to the next line? And also what should we, if you have any tips for us?
When I sing and when we have situations like that, when that situation happens, I'll just wait for a second, without stopping the music, wait for a second to go to the next line and then catch up with that.
Yeah.
And even for the dancer, it's the same.
Yeah.
If you understand the music, you know where you are. If you understand the lyrics of the, the music, the song, you definitely know where you are. And you can pick up from the next line or next word.
Yeah.
So basically, the understanding of the lyrics is very important for your for the sides.
Yes. We have some couple questions in the chat there at the bottom. Maidali Auntie is asking, can you please share your experience singing for other forms of dance and how it is different or similar, even Aboriginal and Jewish music, she's saying.
Yeah. See, that is actually I was working the dancing part. Yeah, actually I was working with the singers, the Jewish singer and Aboriginal. When I work with Aboriginal people, it's the didgeridoo. They played the didgeridoo, and it was I can just pick up one note from the didgeridoo and relate it to the multiple ragas that we have. So with the Aboriginal, when I worked last time, I picked up Kiravani. And with the Jewish, I think I picked up Bhupalam Sarasangi. So one note is enough. And with the rhythm, when they are dancing, the other forms of dances, with the rhythm, they can pick up. The rhythm that makes, so my music should give a rhythm to them to move around.
Yeah, regardless of the style and stuff. It's music, dance is commonality between all of them.
Yes, and if there is say, for example, the Jewish and my singing, we had a same theme when I was singing with the Jewish artist. That was about Andal, well, the God child. So we had the similar theme. So that helped the dancer to get the mood of the lyrics and start dancing with the Indian dancer.
That's awesome. Radhika, you have something to say?
Just a quick one. I think it's not a question, but what's your advice for the future generation? I know Dharanya Master always says the singers to memorize the words so that you can see the dancer and sing, right? So do you have anything like that to share it with the future, like the younger, or the coming up singers in our community, or like something that you have experienced, particularly that suits the dancers?
See, when you see the look at the dancer and sing, that really has a different impact for the dancer as well and for the singer as well. Definitely, I can feel the dancing, the bhavam of the person, and I can get involved in their emotions and sing. That's a very important factor. But I would say still, some of the very new varnams or whatever, with some words, some language difficulty, all those things are there. So we can't be very much, focused on memorize. I'm talking about this country, not India. We can't be very much focused on memorizing the entire thing and then singing. But as long as you still just have a glance, that's fine. But still, your heart should be in the dancing. Your mind should be in the dancing.
Yeah.
That involvement has to be there to bring out the best.
Thank you so much, Auntie, for answering all those questions and also working with me beforehand to get this session up and running. I know there's so many questions flowing in, but if you guys do have any more questions, feel free to, is that all right, Auntie, if they message you maybe after the session, and if you could answer them later on. I think Spatika was asking a question and there's a few more, but yeah, so I just want to, wrap up and say this was a very eye-opening session. And I think we've all taken away something new, something that we probably maybe haven't thought about before. As dancers, maybe we've just been thinking about dance, and all the other workshops that we've been to, they were saying music's really important and you should coordinate, but this showed us how to do that and what to look out for in our future performances. So thank you so much. Happy Navaratri to you and everyone else who's on the call. And thank you guys for participating.
Thank you so much, Uthra. As always, You've been a pillar of support to our school at many occasions, and you're continuously doing great service to us. You know, I was just telling the girls how you prepared me for in Raksha Sarangetram or Vaibavi Sarangetram. You always, you know, I know you're next to me. So thank you so much. Stay safe and happy, Akka.
Thanks,
And of course,
Radhika.
Vijay and that too. Yep.
Hope all the students